I'm O.W. Root, and this is Pleasant Peninsula. You know, you can always tell the up north resident from the downstate visitor. You just can. There's 100 ways you can tell. You can tell in the store, you can tell when they're on the phone, you can tell when they're on the street, you can tell when they're in their cars too. You know, I have a test, or it's a fairly infallible test, I believe. I haven't scientifically tested it against all the various variables or whatever. But if I'm sitting at a light, or if I see someone sitting at a light or at a stop sign or anywhere on the road, there's a little hesitation from the car in front, followed by bump bump on the horn really quickly after. That's tourist. It's never a local. We do not honk up here. I mean, we do honk, but the time that it takes for us to honk, it's like 5 seconds, 7 seconds, 10 seconds. It's not 1 second. It's not 2 seconds. That is the realm of the tourist. And I can't blame them. I understand why they honk so quickly. They honk so quickly because they only have so much time here. Us, it's our life. We live up north. We don't have to rush. We're not really in a hurry to hurry up and relax. This is just life. But for the tourist, they got to hurry up and relax. They only have 3 days up here or 3 weeks up here. They only have so long. And so every second that is wasted at the red light or the green light or the stop sign or anywhere, or pulling out of the parking lot, it's a 1 second off their vacation. So I can't blame them. But the other day it happened to me. I was at a red light. It turned to green. And I'm not joking. It was 1 second. It was like green, honk. That quick. Some guy behind me, bump. I just thought, are you kidding me? It's been 1 second here. And sure enough, because this always happens, whenever someone is up north, honking too quick, honking so rapidly, there's also a high likeliness that they're also going to try to get around you any way possible. They're going to try to pass. They're going to try to move the left lane, right lane. They're going to try anything to get there 3 seconds earlier. I mean, that's how much you gain, really. And sure enough, same thing happened. They pulled off, they zoomed back and forth into the left lane. Out-of-state plate. Every time. It's either an out-of-state plate or a dealership from downstate. And again, I want to say this isn't meant to attack the tourists, attack the visitors. I understand. I get it. If I were you, if I didn't live here, I would also be irritated at the guy who lives here, who's taking too long, who's holding me up. But a suggestion from a resident up north. Relax. The 3 seconds, the 3 minutes isn't going to really matter. It's not really going to make a difference. But what makes it nice up here is the fact that we relax. What makes it nice up here is the fact that we don't really hurry, that we don't really honk, that we don't really have rush hour. We don't really have anywhere to go that quickly. So embrace that. That's what makes it nice. Honking is something for downstate. Relaxing. Letting life happen. Slowing down. That's for up north. I've been a lot of places in Michigan. I've been way up in the Keweenaw, out east in the UP to the Leschenault Islands, on the western edge of the Upper Peninsula where the Upers root for the Packers, and out to Beaver Island in November. Rough waters, ferry out there. It's easy to feel like there's nothing left to discover or nothing left to learn. It feels like I know it all, or it's an easy way to feel. It's exacerbated by the fact that we have Google Maps, we have Wikipedia. It feels like I can search anything I want on the internet, and there is nothing out there that isn't searchable. I mean, that's the feeling I think that we all get. It feels like there's no secrets left. But it's not true. It's false hubris to think that's the case. There are still secrets out there. There are still places that you're not going to learn about on Google Maps. You're just not going to, because you're not going to try to find them. The Garden Peninsula is one of them. That's a secret. Have you ever heard that name, the Garden Peninsula? Probably not. I hadn't. I didn't know what it was called. We've heard of the Leelanau Peninsula. We've heard of the Keweenaw Peninsula. We all know those. But the Garden Peninsula, no. It's that little piece of land that juts out from the UP down into Lake Michigan. Probably never even noticed it before. It's on the map, but you just don't see it. For some reason, it doesn't go in. But I was driving east on US 2, and I drove down south into the Garden Peninsula. I drove a little, and I was kind of blown away. It was empty. The road was weaving back and forth, back and forth. Beautiful farmland on either side, cows right by the road, old barns, cemeteries with no fences around them, just small little old cemeteries. The lake appearing every once in a while to the west, just off the road. Fairport is the town. It's the southernmost town of the Garden Peninsula, but it's not really a town. It's a collection of houses. You can look over the water and see a little island in the hazy distance, on the hazy horizon. And there's no stoplight down there. There's no huge, no big condominiums, just small houses, little houses right on Lake Michigan. The Garden Peninsula is a secret, and it's so funny because it's so beautiful. It is just as beautiful as the Leelanau Peninsula naturally. It reminds me so much of that. The hills, the farms, the woods in the distance. And if you go just under 40 miles south, you get to the Door Peninsula of Wisconsin. It's one of Wisconsin's most coveted regions. And you can tell that those two peninsulas are related. There's just a little archipelago of a few islands that connect them. And that peninsula is packed. It is like our Leelanau Peninsula. It's packed in a holiday sort of way. People love it. The Door Peninsula is the Garden Peninsula is just north. But nobody knows about it. It's so funny. The truth is, this secret peninsula that's just as beautiful as any other of our favorite places on the Great Lakes, it's unknown and secret and hidden because we have too much beauty already in Michigan. We've already got too many nice places. We can afford to forget about it. We can afford to not even know about it. We can afford to not care about this beautiful, stunningly beautiful peninsula jutting down into Lake Michigan. We've already got so much beauty. It's a blessing. And the truth is, maybe it's best that way. Best that way to just leave the Garden Peninsula forgotten, unknown, like a secret. If you've got some time this summer, drive on up there. You see what I mean? It's a secret, beautiful place. I'm O.W. Root for Michigan Enjoyer.